I get overwhelmed so easily. My anxiety creeps inside of me, makes it hard to breathe. What's come over me feels like I'm somebody else.
Hello guys. This is the Orange Hokage here, and today we are doing, What If Naruto Was Neglected by His Family Part 4. So now let's get right into the story. At Training Ground 7, you could see two brunettes, one short the other tall, dancing freestyle to an upbeat song and singing along. Just then, a blonde and raven appeared and looked at the awkward yet familiar sight. They didn't realize they were being watched until they heard a rather loud cough. "Ne-chan, Hanabi, why do you guys always do this at a training ground?" "It's meant for training, not whatever it is you guys were doing," said the blonde as he sighed. "We are training Naru, right Hanabi?" Yeah. We're training and dancing," she said as they both giggled. Naruto just face-palmed and then remembered the raven beside him. Glanced to his side, there enough was the shaking and sweating raven. He was terrified by her presence and was internally cursing Naruto for bringing him here. "Calm down, Sasuke. Trust me, you'll remember this day and wonder why exactly were you scared," he whispered, gaining nod. They proceed. "Ne-chan, I want you to meet a new friend, Sasuke. He has your belief that the villager should be thanking me and not the other way around." "Wait, you told him? Then he must be good." "Hey there Sasuke, the name's Miley. I think I saw your match earlier. I can tell that you have a lot of potential." "But Sasuke," she looked at him, "I heard that name before." "Whoa, yeah. Itachi told me all about you. You're his brother, huh? Funny you don't look like a jerk, which could be said for your brother," she said as she laughed. Sasuke just looked at her dumbfounded. This was a girl that never fanned over him, let alone his brother. He then remembered his brother talk about a word girl who was like that. "Ne-san, I think I found the word but nice girl you loved talking about," he thought as he looked at her. Just then a shinobi Hyuga came to take Hanabi home, and after saying their goodbyes, Miley turned her attention to the two boys in front of her. "Well, come on Naru, we've been waiting for this day for so long, remember?" Remembering, they sped along to the Namake's household, Sasuke right behind them. "What are you guys doing? What exactly is today for, besides graduating?" "Moving," they said in unison, and then took turns explaining their plan over the years. When they were done, they found themselves in front of the household. They went inside and were met with faces of Minato and Kushina. "Naruto, we wanted to congratulate you today for becoming a Jonin today, but why did you say that your name was Uzumaki?" "You know very well it's Namake's," his mother said. "Because Kushina-san, from today on I changed it to Uzumaki." They looked sad, but he continued to taunt them. "Why the long faces? I thought you would be happy to be related to a demon and extra baggage. Now if you excuse me, I need to go pack my things." He started to walk off but heard, "Pack? Where are you going? This is your home." Minato started. "No, it isn't. It never was and it never will be." They both looked dismayed. Minato looked at Miley, who just smirked. "You? This all your fault? What have you done to our son?" he yelled. By now Naruto came down. She just missed Naruto as he entered his room. She started to listen to the conversation. "Me? Hokage, you must be confused. I gave him a home. I gave him companionship. I gave him a family. I made him into the son you are so proud of. Tied now. Do you know? That night on his 5th birthday, when we first met, he was covered in cuts, stabs and broken bones. I healed him, and in order to avoid suspicion I sent a clone. He told me about the villagers and how you people, his own family, never believed him. So I wanted to experience firsthand. And guess what? He was right. Do you remember, when I asked and you," she pointed an accusing finger at Kushina, "just slapped him and told him to leave. Do you even know what he was going to do that night? So don't you dare say it's my fault, because it's all yours." They shrunk down from the ranting girl and slowly remembered that day. Just then Naruto came back down, and as they were going to leave was stopped. "Naruto, please wait. We're really sorry that we ignored you. And I know we made a bet. Please tell me. Why won't you give us a chance?" "Yes please son, just one chance to prove that we're sorry. Please." Kushina pleaded. Do you remember what you would do to me when I begged you to train me or to spend time with me? I pleaded just as you are now, just for a chance let me give you what you gave me. He walked up to her, Kushina, and as she lifted her head, went in to slap her, but his hand was caught. Sigh, come on bro, let's just leave. We don't need a dramatic scene everywhere we go. Sasuke, who watched the whole thing unfold, didn't expect Naruto to actually go and about to slap Gizmom. And with that they left. The Namakes couldn't believe what was going to happen. He was going to slap mom/me/her, they all thought. Mom, are you alright? He wasn't going to do it, right? It was just a joke, right? She said as she smiled sadly at her mother, who was sobbing tears. He's right. Every time he would want our attention, I would slap him. He should have just slapped me. I deserved it. Oh, what kind of mother am I? She sobbed. Don't worry, if I get Miley to help, I know we might actually have a chance. Minato thought. He realized that the only person who could help them now, was the person he trusted the most. As they neared Miley, and now Naruto's, apartment, Sasuke finally spoke up. Were you really gonna slap her? I know you don't get along, but, was it really necessary? I didn't really mean to. It's just my anger got better of me, that's all. He said as he laughed awkwardly and scratched his head. Come on you two, now that everything is set and right in the world, let's go back to the main house. I already got our baths ready and the chef is making dinner to celebrate your success to becoming Jonin. He's even making desserts. Isn't that great? She scolded. If there's one thing that she was a sucker to, it was desserts, especially cakes. Offer it to her and she would anything you ask. Me too? Asked Sasuke. Duh. Of course. We're friends now, right? She closed the door behind her and they shushed into the main house. They were greeted by the maids and butlers. Sasuke was surprised that they were calling Naruto, Naruto-sama. What are you, royalty? He joked. Actually, yes. Since I'm her brother. He said deadpan. Alright boys, I'm going upstairs so Naruto show your friend around. Come on. It's really big. I got lost a couple times when I first came but not anymore. Hey, can I ask you something? He nodded. Do you think that Miley would train me, just like she trained you? He asked. He wanted to get stronger and knew she was the key to it. Well sure. But she has to see you determined. I don't know if you've noticed but the only people she's ever trained are me and Hinata. Oh, and she promised Hanabi when she gets older. She does have a soft spot for that girl, he said amused. Wait, did you say Hinata? I didn't know that. He exclaimed. That's because it's a secret. Oh well. Even if Miley doesn't train you, you could ask one of the maids or butlers here. Why would I ask a servant? I think I'm far better already. He scoffed. I don't think so since they're all a part of the league, meaning they have that training. He looked at him and saw his eyes bulged out. He started to laugh so hard. Man, you should have seen your face just now. It was hilarious. He said in between laughs. Just then, maid came in with drinks for the boys. Congratulations on your achievement today, Naruto-sama. You can now live with my lady now. I'm really happy for you. She bowed. Thanks a lot, Alex. I've been waiting so long for this day. Oh, and I made a new friend. This is Sasuke. Sasuke, this is Alex, one of my special people in life. He said, grinning his fox-like grin. The maid bowed again and then walked away. She congratulated you on moving out but not on being a Jonin? Sasuke thought aloud. Naruto just chuckled and said, they all know about my problems in the village and that I'm stronger than any Jounin in the leaf. It's why they all hate the leaf. Anyways, I'm too lazy to give you a tour? How about we watch a movie before Miles comes back down? They're over there. Just pick one and let's watch it. He said, pointing to a shelf that was loaded with movies. As Sasuke went through them he realized that all of the movies there were horror movies. What the hell is up with these people? Hey, what's up with all the horror movies? We both like watching them. It's fun, since none of them really scare us. He shrugged. He picked one and as they were in the middle of watching it, Miley came back down, her hair soaked and a towel around her neck. Oh, you came out. Yup. Now let's go you two, time to take a bath. Oh, and Sasuke, you're staying the night. I already told your mother, so don't worry. Besides, don't you guys have a test tomorrow? They nodded, and just as they were leaving, Sasuke gathered all his courage and asked the terrifying girl, Miley, do you think you could train me? He closed his eyes waiting for impact, but nothing came. Instead, sure, why not? Remember, in your fight, I could tell you have a lot of motivation and potential. But let me ask you, why do you want to be strong? He blinked. He didn't really know. Then he looked at Naruto and knew. I want to beat him on a one-on-one match. I know he's hiding his strength, he said as he pointed an accusing finger at Naruto. Alright then. That's actually pretty good. 2 of my students as rivals. But you can't really beat him now. He has Kuruma's power all mastered. Unless what? Are you saying that there's a way to beat him even with the fox's power? Now he looked excited. Yeah, but I need to do a lot of research to help you. I think Kuruma can help too, right? She got a nod from Naruto and then turned back to Sasuke. Have you ever heard of the Rinnegan? Rinnegan? What's that? Is that like the Sharingan? He questioned. Do you even know what the Mangekyo Sharingan is? He shook his head no. Boy, did she have a lot to teach him. So she started to explain both eyes to the boy, and to say he was fascinated was an understatement. Did Itachi know all of this? He wondered. Yup, he did. Actually, he already has the Mangekyo Sharingan. He sighed. Don't worry, when I'm done with you, the both of you would be on a totally different level than the other Jonin's. They would be so jealous. She smirked and laughed evilly. The others just thought pure evil. They started their training immediately, first starting with chakra control. She realized he was horrible, so told Naruto to give him some tips as she went to get a snack. When she arrived, which was surprising 4 hours later, he had managed to go up the tree in the back gardens. Then they started to work on the walking on water technique, which was relatively easy considering he had the chakra control done. After that, she called it a day and told them to finally take a shower. They were given new sets of clothes, then came down to eat dinner. Sasuke was starting to fit in easily around the place. He liked it, and over the small amount of time they were together, the two boys bonded pretty well, talking and joking as if they were friends forever. He loved the food and oddly thanked the chef later on. Sasuke Uchiha thanked the chef. When they were done, they went to sleep for the next day. The next day, they woke up, took a bath, and then came down to eat. Wait, we were told not to eat anything, remember? Sasuke said. It's alright. I've seen Kakashi do the belt test multiple times. It's just a scam. Besides, how will you fight with an empty stomach? With that said, he sat down and ate his food. Then they shined back to Konoha. It was now about 8 a.m. They went to the field and saw just Naruto and Sakura there. You're late, screeched Sakura as she pointed to Naruto. It's not late if the Jounin aren't even here, little girl, said Miley with disgust in her voice. Sakura just backed down, terrified of the girl. Where did you guys go anyways? Naruto asked. She didn't like the fact that Miley was here. That's none of your business, Miley snapped. They both had mutual hate towards one another. Just then Kushina came, dragging Kakashi by the ear. Sorry we're late, she said. Then saw Miley. She narrowed her eyes, you could literally see the words hate in her eyes. What are you doing here? She questioned. Hey, does everyone here have a problem with my sister? Naruto mumbled. Chill out, would you? Why do all these people hate me? I mean, I know I'm great, don't hate. Just answer the question. Alright, alright. I was just dropping of Naruto and Sasuke. They spent the night at my place, and yes, Mikoto-san already knew. Now if you excuse me, I have some research to do. She looked at Sasuke, ruffled his hair. Don't worry. I'll get all the necessary information. Until then, it's our little secret. She winked and then shushed away, leaving the screaming Sakura. About leaving her Sasuke alone and a smiling Sasuke. Anyways, let's get the test started. He explained the test and the punishment. Now, begin. They all scattered in different hiding spots, except Naruto, who stood there with his hands in his pocket without a care at the world. The two Jounin sweat dropped. "Naruto, aren't you going to hide?" asked Kushina. "There's no point in hiding when you already know where we're going to be. But I guess that could be arranged." He then shushed away to where Sasuke was and told him of the plan. He located the other two and also told them. They executed their plan and managed to get the bells. They passed and so went to the Hokage Tower for some D-rank mission. They were given the mission of getting the demon Katora. When they were about to leave, Kushina stayed behind to talk to her husband. Seeing this, Naruto also stayed behind and said he would catch up. When they left, he turned to Kushina and walked up to her. She was expecting him to finish what he was going to do but instead was shocked. He bowed and said, "I apologize for my actions yesterday, Kushina-san. What I did was something of the spur of the moment and I let my anger get the best of me." He straightened up and looked into her tearing eyes and said, "Once again, I apologize," and walked away. Just then Team 7 came back, with Jiraiya this time with them, and looked at the scene of Kushina on the verge of tears and Naruto about to leave. "What's going on here?" Jiraiya said. "Naruto, wait. I know we weren't the best parents, but please listen. There is no excuse to what we did to you. It was unfair and unjust. But please, just one chance won't hurt, right?" Minato begged. They were shocked that the Hokage was down on his knees begging. Realizing what was going on, Jiraiya spoke up, "Oi Naruto, it wasn't your parents' fault. I was the one who told them to postpone your training. See, your sister was the child of prophecy, so I told them to focus on her." Just then Miley came in the office yelling, "Hokage! I have some woe. Why the hell are there so much people?" Noticing Naruto and Sasuke, "Hey there, little bro and little bro's friend. Aren't you getting your first mission today? And why in the world is the Hokage on the floor? Get yourself up, dude. You're the leader. You're not supposed to be on the floor." "Oh hey there, Jiraiya. How's that been? Still being a pervert?" asked all childish like. "Miley, can't you read the situation in here?" Jiraiya sighed. "Sorry dude. So what's up?" "The Hokage and his family are trying to get their son back into the family and he isn't responding," Kakashi explained. Oh, looking at Naruto, she saw his fist clenched and seething anger. She held his hand and as he looked at her, she smiled. "Let it all out, bro. Okay? I know they don't deserve it, but let them know exactly what they did wrong. Let them feel the same pain that you felt all those years, okay? Don't worry, I'll stay here with you all the way. So just let it all out." He smiled, took a deep breath and then began. "Do you really think that because you didn't train me is why I hate, no despise, you right now?" They nodded, feeling a little hurt. "Well, it isn't. You said that she prophecy child and I understand that you needed to train her, but did it mean to ignore me? Did it mean that I was to be neglected? To be forgotten? That even in the mornings a simple hello or how was your day son couldn't be spared? That I was to be seen as a liar? All I wanted was to be acknowledged, to know that my family still loved me, to know that I still existed, but then the very same family that was to take my side and doubted me, took the side of the villagers? Every day I would come home half dead, after being beaten by the villagers, and when coming back home, to a place where I'm supposed to see as a sanctuary becomes a living hell itself. You would not believe me of the villagers' treatment, yet you still don't wonder or have an explanation to the cuts and bruises that are visibly shown all over my body? You're the Hokage. Isn't it the Hokage's job to find the truth? Did you look at the medical records in the hospital? How did you come to the conclusion that I was lying? Did you know that the very same shinobi that are under your command would smirk and turn a blind eye when I asked for their help? Some would laugh and even help the villagers. At the age of 5, when I meet Miley, do you know what she saved me from? Do you?" They shook their heads, already sobbing. "She saved me from myself, from killing myself on my birthday. The day where I'm supposed to have a party, presents, a celebration. Instead, I got nearly killed and didn't want to live anymore. But then she stopped me." He pointed and smiled at Miley, who everyone looked at, in tears, "and she picked up the life I wanted to throw away. She gave me a home, a family, people I could rely on. She gave me a purpose in this world. She stood up for me when even the world was against me, yet she still stayed by my side, while my blood-related family chose to abandon me. My very first birthday party was given to me by her. She gave me her most prized possession, her mother's summoning scroll, showing that she trusted me, something you couldn't do. At the age of 5, I gave up on life and giving you a chance to make amends. At the age of 6, I decided to give you guys another chance, that lead to my own humiliation of being stripped of my title of heir, and at the age of 7, all hope that you, my family, of actually loving me or cared for me disappeared. You say you want to make amends, yet you don't know the root of the problem. You say that I didn't give you a chance, yet I already gave you two. You may see me as your son, but just as flowers don't get to choose where they grow, children don't get to choose their parents. So please, stop trying. All it's doing is making me hate you more. He glared at them with a huge killer intent, half of his usual, and then went to Miley. The 3 family members, including Jiraiya, were sobbing uncontrollably. They didn't know that his pain was this great. God, they didn't even know he was going to commit suicide. Kakashi along with the rest of the team couldn't even believe that he went through this much. Even Sakura felt like crying after hearing his story. No wonder they're so close, everyone thought as they looked at Miley hugging Naruto as they were leaving the door. Let's go, we have a mission to complete, he said before he left. No one really wanted to go on the mission after that, but the rest of Team 7 followed behind nonetheless, while still sobbing except Sasuke, but he had his head down, making people wonder just what happened in the Hokage's office. So that's it for today, guys. If you like this story and want more, then please subscribe and turn on the bell icon. Until then, take care and goodbye.